Would you believe me if I told you I have a mono green deck holding a 73% win rate in Mythic rank? I don't believe it either, but that's what the stats say, and I've got the deck here for you all today. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. I truly appreciate it. My name is Hello Good Game, and of course, I am pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena Deck Guide video, breaking down mono green mid-range for you all today. It's a bit of an aggro deck. It's a very fast mid-range deck, a little bit of a slower aggro deck, right? Kind of blending the two archetypes together here for you. We'll be breaking down that deck list in depth, as always, discussing the strategies as well as synergies, providing you with a deeper understanding of how to pilot this deck effectively. Furthermore, demonstrating against not only the best decks in-game, but the best players as well via our Mythic ranked gameplay footage. And then concluding with our wrap-up thoughts, channel news, deck review. If you want to like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Drop your comments down below, and of course the community Discord remains open via the Linktree link in the description below. Okay, easy peasy lemon. Here we are within our Untapped profile, which is available to everyone who supports the channel via my Discord chat. Join the Discord, you'll find the link to it, and you can stay up to date with all of the decks I'm playing in real time. Here is Mono Green with a 73% win rate, going 8-3, which is very nice within Mythic rank. Taking a look at the deck now, we see a 60-card standard best of one build with a 3.0 average mana value, supported by 23 land. We have plenty of ramp within the deck to help us mitigate that loss of land. First and foremost, the Merge-Keeper for 2 is a 1/1 tapping for a green. As long as it's modified, it will tap for 2 green. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaea, for 3 as a 2/3, will tap for 2 mana of any color to cast creatures. And if you play a creature with power 5 or greater, untap it and supply a +1/+1 counter to it. The Outcaster Trailblazer for 3 will generate 1 mana of any color when it enters the battlefield as a 4/2 and can be plotted for 3. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield with power 4 or greater, you're going to draw a card as well, which is very, very groovy, right? Ways to modify the Keeper will include the Spine Sower, 2 mana, 2/2 landfall. Land enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Very straightforward. The Archdruid's Charm for 3, instant speed, putting a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to another creature that you don't control, which is really quite nice, acting as removal as well. And the Defiler of Vigor for 5 as a 6/6. Whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, which will now allow the Keeper to tap for double mana. Eyes of Gaea always taps for double mana and can untap and retap, which is just doggone groovy. And of course, the Trailblazer, when plotted and cast the following turn for 0, will help you ramp with the ETB mana generation there for you, not to mention the draw engine, right? Just to recap on that. Moving away from that, we're also ramping with Kodama of the West Tree for 3 as a 3/3 with reach. Modified creatures you control have trample. This, in conjunction with the Defiler of Vigor, will increase our damage output, supplying evasion to all of our attackers or modified attackers. And whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. That is, again, allowing us to ramp out for following turns. Also triggering the landfall, supplying +1/+1 counters to our creatures, which is really quite nice. We are ramping into the Vaultborn Tyrant. It is a 7 mana 6/6 with trample, and whenever it or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under our control, gain 3 life and draw a card. Furthermore, whenever it dies, if it's not a token, create a copy that's a token that's a copy of it, and it will be an artifact in addition to its other types, which is fine. Again, that ETB re-triggers, which is great, and it is a non-legendary that we can stack and our main goal in deck. Get the Tyrant out, win the game. It is that simple. Of course, we will incorporate some protection. Only one copy. You could run 4 Defilers, but I like having the Elder in here just as a bit of a wild card. 5/7, so it's gonna, trigger Gwenna. It's a nice body, right? The triple green is easily reduced through the Defiler. And whenever you cast a creature spell, which we are doing multiple times a turn, destroy target artifact, enchantment, look at the top 5 of your library, put a land card from among them into the battlefield tapped and shuffle, and then, you're gonna gain 4 life. That's pretty good coverage. The Defiler's mana reduction ability, as an additional cost to cast a green permanent spell, you may pay 2 life. Those spells will cost 1 green less to cast if you paid life this way, reducing only the amount of green, right? Turning your green on creatures or permanents into Phyrexian green, which is really nice, paying 2 life in lieu, and that life can be, brought back or regained through the Elder, as well as controlling the board of any artifacts and enchantments, or just helping us ramp up, okay? On that note, we also have coverage from artifacts and enchantments through the charm, exile target artifact or enchantments, okay? Furthermore, we can search our library for a creature or land card, reveal it, put it into our battlefield tapped if it's a land, otherwise into our hand, and then shuffle. This is a surefire way to grab your Tyrant if you need, and potentially, if you have the time, to grab your Elder, right? Instead of using it to destroy artifact or enchantment, which you can do if the turn warrants it, but potentially you could grab your Elder and then destroy multiple artifacts and enchantments, right? So, that's why I'm running 1 copy of the Elder, just in case we need it, because they definitely exist. The life gain here against aggro decks is also very nice to get a hold of, not to mention the 5/7 blocker, okay? Front end, we do have the Packleader, 1 mana, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, it will do so with a +1/+1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. And whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Easy peasy. The Evolving Adaptive, 4 copies of this, a 0/0 that will get +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. And whenever you cast a creature, if it has greater power or toughness than the adaptives, you will accumulate an additional oil counter. It does enter with a single. Very nice. We have an Endures and 22 lands in the deck. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We are having a ton of fun. And here's the play line. I mean, either of your turn 1s, on turn 1, obviously. Your turn 2 is your Merge-Keeper, and then turn 3, before your land, is your Bill. Then you play your 3rd land on top of Bill, pushing up the Keeper. That gives you 3 mana. Now you can play a Trailblazer and another 1-drop. Or you can just play Gwenna. It's all good, homie. Maybe you need an Archdruid's Charm on the turn. It's definitely an option for you, and that's on your turn 3. At which point, you can, on your turn 4, get right into the Vaultborn Tyrant. It's just doggone goofy. And then after that, the rest is history, right? So I hope you enjoy Mono Green. Again, we have over a 70% win rate, which is really nice. Again, not to say that this is the perfect version, but as we play today's games, and then we're going to, wrap up and talk about it again, and how can we make that perfect version, right? So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord. Links in the description below. Let's play some games. On the draw, keeping 7. It's really nice. Low to the ground. Looking for our 3rd land. Investigate. Temir. Land is active. Here for 2. Bill is in play. Big hit, no block. Land out counter on Bill. And charm it. Just get rid of it. Probably should, shouldn't we? Four counters on it. But it's not solved unless they have more artifacts. I still have 15 life. Let's try to wait. Maybe I regret that decision. We could have taken it, but if I can keep compounding, that's going to be good too. Plus removal. No more sticky fingers. Interesting. This is like, what, double treasure? Down to 10? What's that last card? Has that been solved? Yes. So that's going to hit for a bunch. I guess we really do need to remove it. Which still leaves us with 3 mana. Technically 4, because this generates 1. Do it now or wait? Right, wait until they pay for it. Or else they'll just do it on something else. Right, they'll do it to a treasure. We could also just destroy it. It's an artifact. I won't do it now because that discover is going to trigger, and we want to make sure if they do discover like a creature, that it's going to have summoning sickness, right? So it's going to be on their turn. So let's hit for 6. Well, I want to exile the artifact, which means this is just going to go to the grave. Okay. It's kind of what I was worried about, but we'll see. It's fine. So let's just increase our output. If that's what they want. If they're trying to block right now on that pack leader, let's just take the +1 counter and remove it. I was worried about them putting it on the creature that had menace. But now they're in a position where, like, that lethal threat is gone. So they're probably forced to defend. Right? So big chillin'. Pretty sure we just have lethal, but I don't know what they're doing. Little life gain, never hurt. Some card draws, okay, I guess. 3 life, double draw. Double land? Ugh. Ooh! That's just lethal, right? Even if they bounce the 5 or do something, it still should be fine. Okay, good game. Nice! Going first, keeping 7. Nothing fantastic, but it's definitely there. Ooh. We love removal decks. Who doesn't? The land is nice, at least. Is the extra damage worth it? Yeah. It's just a counterspell anyways, but... if we can get it, we should still try. Taking the slow road. I was just going to say, I hope they don't play Jace. I hate this card. It's so stupid. Stupido. It's good. It's phenomenal if I'm being unclear. So that gives us access to 5 mana, potentially. Again, counter magic's going to be a bit of a threat. Double Jace? Okay, that's just cool. That's just cool. Respect. Double Jace? Come on. Do you get bonus points for that? Plotting another Jace. Okay. And then bro's going to plus again. And they have removal up. Okay. Take the draw. Okay. Do they have a field wipe? I'm ignoring the Jaces. I'm going to smash. Smash and smash and smash. 3 in hand. They do have access to draws. What you doing over there, Willis? Oh. Oh. Down to 33. And I assume they have another. Which is another 30 down to 15. Sorry. Down to 18. Okay. This technically casts for 1 mana. Of our 6. Our life's not important at all. It's irrelevant. Counters up. And I want to farm counters. That's why the Defiler's going first. Yep. Good game. There wasn't any removal. No! Going first. I mean, honestly, I don't even mind the Keeper 2, Charm 3. I don't know where our third land has been all day. I'm going to come forward and say that. Oh, it's right there, HGG. Okay. If no need for the charm, I guess we just push over. By push over, that means plot. Well, this is actually acceptable. Unless met with a counterspell. Which, in all reality, most likely. C. Okay. Should have pushed it. Well, we could have played it and then played another Keeper, and I think maybe that could have been worth it. Oh. This is not good. We have nothing for them. So, I mean, it's only 3 damage at least. It's not as good as you'd like it to be. Not bad, but we need to cast on top of it to get those counters on the Keepers. So if they have removal, we're just done. Just because we're so slow here, right? Like, look at our mana base in comparison. Oh, God. Are you going to auto-flip that? I'll take Shieldred. No, I won't. Let's pay life. Put the counters out. And then we have our removal spell. Let's swing for 7. And just remove Shieldred, right? Before counter magic comes out. I should have done this during combat on that for extra damage. $11 life. I don't see lethal. And we're responding for quite a bit, so they definitely need to remove a Defiler. Tokens are up to fairy flips. Which is pretty cool that there's like a planeswalker on the backside of an invasion. That's really good. Then they're drawing for a field wipe. Classic. Do you think they get it? They're looking. Too many creatures. But you're playing Arena, so of course they get it. Just single target? I'm going to keep those creatures to attack. Or block. Pay life instead. Down to 7. Risky biscuits. Counterspell. Kind of tap them out though, right? Marching instead. Okay. Gain life and draw. 4 mana up. Okay. Good for you. Okay. Just a block. This is 18. Blocked by 4. Still lethal. This is going to force another block. Let them have the opportunity to get a field wipe. Just push. Clear the creatures. Oh? Okay. I mean, you know, sometimes math is hard too for everyone, right? So, not just you or I. Which I guess is everyone. Technically. Everyone who's not you, including yourself. Going first... Getting 7. It's not bad. Not great, but it's close to being pretty good. Right? A lot of Dimir. I trade with anything that has toxic on it. And if not, I take the damage. It's a win-win. Probably Gwenna. Just block this, right? Swing for 2. We're in play. And turn. The Void Wang is actually really good for a budget player. You know what else is really good? The Vaultborn Tyrant. You think you're so funny, don't you, HGG? I liked it. Removal? There's some fight in them yet, chat. Hitting for 2 with a toxic counter? Woo. Woo. Let's generate a mana, not that we need it. Gain life, draw a card. Oh, we don't have to tap this way, which is great. Draw 2 cards, gain life. I think that's fair and playable, don't you? For 6? Up to 2 counters. You can't underestimate these decks. It looks like they don't do a lot, but they can honestly push you to 10 quite quickly. Which is all they need to get if you're unfamiliar. We're at 3. Let's take a draw, push up the adaptive. What is this, a triple draw? Okay, Mono Green, you settle down over there. Why not? I don't need more draw. It's fine. Just hit. Clear the toxic creatures. That's always your game plan, right? Our win is basically irrelevant. Inevitable, sorry. And the draw at this point irrelevant. Reach goes, no! They even made you this nice crossbow animation. Are you kidding me? Land goes, no. Nice. Going first, keeping 7. Looking for our third land. Looking for Billy. Humans! Boros or just straight up Humanos? It's a convoke target for them. It's also a draw engine, so try to take it. Do trade if they'll allow it. If not, take your damage. Okay, so only creature spells. No bill. So sad. Adaptive out. We'll push up. It's a 2. Could be a Resolute Reinforcements, which I will still attempt to trade with. Or just the Officer I'll still take if we can get it. Please don't convoke. So it is the enforcement. They know what they're doing. They don't want. They're like, I'm not giving you my creatures. These are These are lands, actually. Yeah, don't do it, dude. You're such a savage. You are such a savage. Good for them. And they get a Vanguard. A tale as old as time. You have another 1-drop to play? Bruh. Or they finally got removal? What removal would they have? Bruh. Just play your other creature. What is it? A Might or an Officer. There's so many 1-drop humans. The Warden. The Pixie bounces the Knight back? Or the... Which one? The Officer's not a bad play. The Resolute Reinforcements is what I meant to say. Because you get another token from that. Not terrible. It's already tapped. Four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Adaptives are up. We gain life, draw a card, counter on Eyes of Gaea as well. No attack. We have defenders. We've got some pretty good removal. The cage is going to trigger if they push up a 2. Must push up an Officer, my friend. Or don't. That's up to you. What? Oh, 1, 2, 4. Sorry. They had it just automatically. My bad. And that for free is really good. So we have to destroy that. Untap, draw a card. Adaptives are up. Dang, I guess we just have to destroy that, don't we? Because it's got a compound. We could also maybe leave it there, attack, pull blocks, and use a fight spell instant speed. Right? I want to see it. I don't think just destroying it's going to be good enough. If we can just pull blocks, that would be better. Because it's only effective if there's a field full of creatures. And we always reserve the option to just destroy it if we don't like the way the blocks are declared. All right. So it's up to them. Okay. Kill the flyer. Tyrant comes back. We get a decent amount of damage. We dunk on their field state. Adaptives are up. We draw a card, gain life. So I don't really care too much about the Virtue anymore because there's a couple creatures in play, you know? So could have destroyed it, and that was the knee-jerk reaction or whatever. But let's hold on a bit. Right? Let's try to get the W. And there we have it. Good game. Nice. So it's cool that we got to push up our own creature that got the not only the trade, but just the confirmed kill on it. And then got to, with that same creature, fight another creature. The one with flying. Evasion's really good. Nice. Going first, keeping 7. Looking for our third land. And then, oh wow, another mono red deck. 3 mono red decks in a row. That's cool. I love playing against mono red. Say what you will about the larger rotation, diversifying the meta, but people still just all play the same deck anyways. You know? Shit don't change. In fact, the more it does... I'm just going to ramp and try to race. We are keeping pace. The ramp here is really nice, too. We'll stack on Kodama. He can be defensive. See, you can be original and still win. People refuse, though. I'm not trying anything new. Or it comes back to the wildcard problem. It's like, I don't have the wildcards for it. Which I get. You're doubling down on it? Wow. Olympic level removal here. We should probably instant... Well, no, there's more attack here. Right, we can hit for 7. That's quite a bit more. And now they need to either take lethal via trample. Has to be trample. Or they're forced to defend, which is not going to be great either. I'm sure they have 3 Monstrous Rages in hand, so it's probably no issue. Oh, only 2. And another Swiss Spear? Really? Wow. 3 of them. Godric. Adelphia. Oh, no. Are you just, like, actually actively punting? You don't want to defend? Interesting. I'll show them what I've got anyways. Just like they do it a little wrong, I want to do it a little wrong. I'll show them what I've got. More juice. Do you like this? That's a big hit. Nice. On the draw, keeping 7, our 2 favorite cards here together. Adaptive on 1 to benefit. Three drop is here with some additional juice, which is like just so crazy that you can even potentially accomplish that. We do need our 3rd land, though. This is just a counter spell, so it's just going to be sad all around, but whatever. And if not that, just removal. Removal. Hello. Bully. That's what you're doing today? Screw it. Let's just power in if we can. And that way maybe they don't remove Bill. The adaptive's not gonna... Or, sorry, the pack leader's not gonna push it up anyways. Okay. Some draw. Are they literally a poison deck? The toxic deck is very good. If we can dodge a field wipe and we're already, you know, establishing ourselves board state-wise. I don't mind. What is this doing? 4 instant sorceries this turn. Wow, that's like quite the accomplishment. I'm going to confirm. Well, actually, first I'm going to attack. But then, you know, we're hitting 5 for sure next turn. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't play it. I am glad I did not play that. And this is nice recovery for the most part. Draw a card. Beautiful. Just need a land. Do you think they have another field wipe? Yes. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. I think. Kind of. Could be worse. We don't care about our life. Good game. Nice counter. All right. Our opponent's going first. Let's keep 7. Mono red. Your go. Nah, dude, I'm Boros. That's fine. It happens. I hope they don't remove my card. It's a lot of land. You're going to come in handy here. Oh, the Mentor? Interesting. I like it. Please leave me alone. 4 mana? Holy Toledos, they're going for it. Hey! Man, that's really good. Ouch. Literally game winning. Oakley dokley. So the one thing I forgot to mention is Bill's ability for 5, doubling the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. This is good because we can put +1/+1 counters on all of our creatures, right? And then doubling them's not bad. I'll allow it. Keep in mind that Gwenna's ability can be used on creature abilities as well, if you want. Of course, you'd have to tap her, but potentially, you know, you're tapping her and then untapping her with a creature played. However you want to sequence that. With that being said, how can we improve the deck? It's pretty doggone good so far, but always room for improvement, not only within our piloting skills, but in the deck list itself. So I think the Frillback could be pretty good. The gaining life, exiling their graveyard is the primary function here, but also destroying artifacts as enchantments, which, you know, we have good coverage on the artifact enchantment. We have good coverage on the life gain through the Tyrant, as well as, you know, the Monkey if we do get it. But it's not bad, right? It's a creature for our deck, which we're looking for, and it has really good coverage. So, you know, kind of considering the Frillback, the gain 4 life is just so nice with it being a body. And of course, you can trigger these multiple times, which we probably should be able to. The Brawler, you know, something I really like. The plot worked out really good for us. It would fit in the deck perfectly. But where is my question? You would be sacrificing front-end consistency, which is good. It's not all just about, oh, playing all these big 5-drops and stuff. You really want to curve into them, right? With a board state that isn't just super duper fragile, which it's hard not to be, but, you know, doing our best with, you know, these 1-drops that continue to power up and can become 3/3s and 4/4s, whatever, right? So the Brawler I would love, but it's just like I can't find the room. I can't even find the room for my 24th land, you know? The Beastcaller, again, you know, really good early game. When it dies, it can put counters on something, the Keeper for us, but I would rather just run the Keeper, just run Bill. You know, it's one of those things that I really like, but I just can't find room. Protection, you know, this is really nice, Gaia's Gift, but it's coming at a premium in comparison to the Veil. If we're just after the counter, the Veil's nice, but Hexproof, no Indestructible kind of is the game there, and this has Indestructible, which is a little bit better. The Hydra, something I'd love to run, but couldn't find room for it. The Oddity, haste after a field wipe potentially is really good. I also like the ability, you know, transforming it for 7 +1/+1 trample haste, but you know, beggars and choosers, using Kodama for trample instead on everyone seemed to be beneficial, as it's also doubling down as ramp. Nameless City is just good. This is just a good 3-drop. Same thing with the Hammerskull. It's going to stop a lot of the aggro decks basically indefinitely as they're acting as defenders. The Sentinel grows and can also apply damage through its vigilance while simultaneously defending, which is nice. The Hammerskull basically is just to sit there and look pretty. The Tumblewagg I like, but it didn't end up being as +1/+1 oriented as I expected it to be. It's not bad, but, you know, just not finding room for it, honestly. There's already so many high-value spells here. It doesn't draw any cards in comparison to the Trailblazer. The Augur of Autumn is something that I would honestly like to reincorporate in the deck. It's going to give us more card advantage, which is nice playing off the top of our library. You know, can't complain there. And then the Smuggler Surprise kind of should probably just go in the deck. It's weird because we run the Charm, and that's so good, but potentially this is decent. If you wanted, I am not running it because I'm focused on the Eyes of Gaea, which is just hard ramping creatures, untapping more creatures, and, you know, that mana is useless for a surprise. So, you know, that's kind of my determination there. You can decide for yourself how you'd like to run the deck. If you find any luck with specifics, don't hold out on us. Comments down below. Of course, we'd all like to play the best variant. I'm just one individual of many. So I appreciate everybody partaking in that. Truly, maybe, you know, maybe a Charm goes down by 1 and we could take some like earlier interaction, like a hard-hitting question is on my mind as well. Like, you know, I'd like to maybe see that in the sideboard for us potentially as well. You know, 1 mana, damage equal to power, creature or planeswalker, which is good. Downside sorcery speed, but for the most part, we are going to remove pre-combat unless we have trample, at which point then it becomes advantageous to do it post-blocks. You let me know. Thank you all so much for being part of the channel. Truly appreciate you. Have a magical day. I'll see you soon in the next.